Happy Monday. I hope everybody is doing good. It's your girl Sika in the house. Today, I just wanted to put a few pieces of advice there and give some hot tips to some people who have ears and want to hear me about what to do when you're in a relationship or a marriage long term with somebody and they're starting to take you for granted. They're starting to give you the cold shoulder and you're wondering, what is it that I have to do? You know, sometimes when you've lived with somebody for a long time, the temptation is great for the other party to think that they can take you for granted. You're not going anywhere. You're invested in a relationship. You're not leaving. Everything is just going to remain hunky-dory where things have always been. Sometimes, like everything else, relationships can also go stale. And it's important for us both as a couple to take things seriously and to do the needful to keep the excitement and the momentum going in the relationship that you're in or the marriage that you're in. So what are the things that can happen sometimes? You're with somebody, everything on the face of it seems okay. You're going to work, he's going to work, you're coming back home, you've got children, you've got things to do. Everybody seems to be living their life. But then they're giving you attitude, they're talking to you in a not so nice way, taking you for granted, taking your needs for granted, taking the things that you're trying to say to the other party for granted. It hurts sometimes. But these are the two things that you need to do. And there's some don'ts also. So I'll start with the things that you should do first and then go into the don'ts. When you're with somebody and they need reminding about what it is that they have in you, one of the first things that you ought to do, and I'm not saying that you've let yourself go, but if you really want them to pay attention to you again, you don't have to complain much. You don't have to talk about anything. You just have to invest a lot in making yourself look and feel good. Look the part. Wake up in the morning with a smile on your face. Go about your business. You know, sometimes we women, we nag so much. That's not a very wise thing to do. You said it once, you said it twice. Nothing is improving. Just let it be. Yes, you're in a marriage, but you're still an individual in the marriage. You don't have to lose yourself. Get up in the morning, go about your job, do what you do. Look the part. Actually spend time looking good and feeling good about yourself. You're not doing it for the other person. You're doing it for your own self and for your own soul. Wake up, get dressed, take the most fantastic bath or shower, wear the most fabulous clothes that will make your spirit feel good about itself, and go about your business. Get in your car, drive to work. Get on that public transport if that's how you get to work. Like, get on with your life and stop thinking too much about him or paying him or her so much attention. Believe me, they notice. The second thing that I wanted to do, to talk about as well, is that get about your business. Get busy. You know, when you make the person feel like you're so available, like you don't have anything else to do with your time, like the marriage or the relationship is your life, like without it, you're nothing. You can't do anything. It's as if you don't have a purpose in this life. And the only reason why you're brought here is to be married, is to be a dutiful wife, is to be a husband, is to be a good husband. No. You have a purpose and a destiny as an individual to fulfill on the surface of this planet. Marriage being part of it, but that's not the only thing that makes your life. So get on with your business. Find something. If you're not working, find something to get yourself busy and get doing that thing. And don't make the other party feel that without them you can't live. It's like the very air that you're breathing is dependent on your partner, your spouse. That is what makes people take you for granted, because they feel that without them you can't live. You can't survive without them. But when you're busy paying attention to your own needs, looking good, feeling good within your own self, and busying yourself, get to that next course that you need to take if you're a professional. If it's a business, pay more attention to your business. Like, wake up and get on with your day. By the time the other party wakes up, you're already dressed up. You've cleaned the house, you've made breakfast, you've done whatever, and get on with your day. You're gone. Like, you're not all that available like that. And if they're looking for you, they have to come find you. Don't waste too much time calling every 5 minutes. Oh, I just want to check up on you. What are you doing? How are you doing? Because the person sometimes is tempted to think that you've got nothing better to do with your time. If they're not in your life, something will happen to you. You're still an individual in the marriage. And I'm not talking about neglecting the person. All I'm saying here is that when you've been with somebody for a long time, over many months and years, people tend to take the other party for granted. They forget what it is that they have at home with you. And that's where, if you don't handle things correctly, things go haywire. People keep doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. And you are the one who is sitting upset and crying and miserable all the time. That's not the way to do it. Don't be too available like that. You have a life to live. You have things to do. Get on with those things. Prove to that person that, yeah, I love you, but I have things to do. I have my life to live, and I'm living that. So if you're not going to appreciate me, if I don't mean that much to you, if you're going to treat me any type of way, honey, I got something that I need to do. The things that you should absolutely not do, entertain in your life. The first one is that you're so afraid that, hey, if I don't do this, hey, he might leave me. I run the risk of losing him or her. Oh, this marriage might end. So you're entertaining that fear. And that shows in the things that you do. Because it's almost like it's your lifeline. If this marriage doesn't work, what am I going to do? And you're living this anxious life, always on the edge. Crawling up on eggshells all the time. Sweetheart, do you even know who you are? Whether you're a man or a woman, do you know who you are? Do you know how special you are? Do you know how fabulous you are? That very person that is, bleeding some type of way. If you know who you are, and you actually understand what it is that you bring to the table, the value that you're bringing to the table, you wouldn't allow or entertain any fear. There's so many women and men that will contact me backdoor, and the things that they say, that when you read their messages, it's like, oh, their very lives is dependent on this marriage. If this man leaves me, if this man says he doesn't want this marriage anymore, if this woman leaves me, my life is over. Your life is not over, my darling. Before you met them, you were living, and you will continue to live. You see, you have to come to this place of understanding that nothing lasts forever. This man that you're fussing so much over and behaving as if he's the one that holds your breath in his hands, God forbid, if he's not here with you anymore, because these things, they happen, what are you going to do? I'm not saying it's not going to be sad. I'm not saying it's not going to be shocking. I'm not saying it's not going to be an adjustment, especially when you've lived with this person for many years. But we're all not going to be here forever. Everybody dies at some point. So if you kind of treat this person as if, like without them, you can't do anything. God is your source. God is your source. He is the one that made you and puts breath inside of you. Like, you can still live a life, a full whole life, without your other spouse, your other partner. I'm not saying don't love him. I'm not saying don't love her. I'm not saying don't treat her with dignity and respect. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that beyond the marriage, you still have a life. Outside of that marriage, you're still a human being with a destiny calling on you to fulfill. So stop making this whole commitment and marriage thing as if your soul and your salvation, like your very existence, depends on it. Because people change, People change. And there comes a time when you wouldn't be with your loved ones anymore. Understand that. Understand that to the core of your being, and you would just be fine. The second thing, and this is what a lot of my sisters do, is to nag and complain and moan and make this person feel that the thing that he's doing, the attitude that is changing, the food that he's not eating, the way he's treating you, it bothers you so much. It's like you've talked about it. There's an issue. You've talked about it once. You sat with him like an adult. No fighting, no arguing. You've talked about the thing that is bugging you. You've expressed yourself. And the person is behaving as if everything you've said, they're not listening. You've talked about it again. The person is still not changing. The nagging, the complaining, the argument about how he's behaving, the fact that he doesn't come home early now, he does this, he doesn't sit here, he doesn't eat your food. You're making the person feel like, so this thing I'm doing is hurting this woman like this. Oh, then I'll continue to do it. Or you're making this woman, so the way she doesn't come back home early from work and she's always in her business. It's bothering you that much. But when you're quiet, you're not saying anything anymore. You said it once, you said it twice, nothing is changing. You're going about your business, living your life. You're happy. It's not that when they come back, you're sitting there with your wrapper around you and you're there, every 5 minutes, no. You're there, you're happy, you're living your life, you're doing your things, the things that matter to you. You've prioritized those. If it's your children, you're paying attention to them, making sure that they have a future. You're investing in yourself and your children. Trust me, it hurts more than anything. I'll tell you a story. There's a young woman who was married to her husband. They had 3 children. The kids were starting their teenage years. And the man was into this whole boys thing. Always on a Friday, he leaves the house and goes to his friends. Sometimes he doesn't come back to Sunday night. The wife was so troubled by it. They talked about it several times. He refused to change. Okay. And she had heard rumors that, I think there was this group of boys that are all married, but they also have side chicks. So when they go out on the weekend, they go hang out. He just abandons his wife and children the whole weekend. Turns back on Sunday night because Monday they all have to get busy and go back to work. It really bothered her. And then she decided to do the things that I'm telling you about. Took an extra effort to look good. Wake up in the morning, she had her store. She was busy minding her business, getting new products in, doing more marketing and all of that to bring more clients to her shop. She stopped complaining. She stopped talking. Just getting on with her life. Okay. Busy with her store, new clients, more money. She changed her car, her children, with their homework, got them home teachers and all of that. And he was still messing about. Then one day, somebody told her the things that I'm telling you to do today. And she got a fabulous idea. I'm going to teach this man a lesson. So on the Friday when the children came back from school, he was there again packing his bag. I'm going to hang out with the boys. You know how we do it this weekend. She said, okay, no problem. He packed the bag, got in his car and drove off. So she went and dropped her kids with her parents. And then she came back home, packed the bag, and went two doors from her house is where one of her very close girlfriends lives. So she drove there, drove into her friend's parking lot in the garage. They closed the door and everything. The whole house is gated. And she also spent time with her friend. This man comes back on Saturday because he had to change into a different kind of attire to go back out with his friends again. And when he came back, the house is pitch black. There are no lights in the house. The children aren't there. The wife wasn't there. Hey, where has this woman gone? Normally when she's going out, she'll call me and tell me where I'm going, blah, blah, blah. Now, there's nothing. So now he called the wife. The wife's phone is switched off. He calls their wife's parents. They say they don't know where she's gone. She just came and dropped off the children, but she said she was going. She had to go to some meeting and that the children should stay with them for the weekend. So they haven't heard from her. They don't know where she is. Now he's panicking, calling all the people that he knows, the friends, the girl, including the friend that was housing the wife. He said, I haven't heard from her. I don't know where she is. Sunday came. He came back home, getting ready for work and everything. Still no sign of the wife. The children were still with the parents-in-law. Now he goes himself. The parents-in-law call him. Well, we don't know where your wife is, so come pick up your children. They have to go to school. Your wife didn't pack their school uniform or anything, so you got to come pick up your children. He drove there. He picked up the children, asked them, where did your mommy say she was going? They said they don't know. So now he has to come home and tend to the children. So the woman was living 2 doors from her own house and was, listening to all the panic. He had called the friend several times. The friend had told him that she didn't know where the wife was. Now what is he going to do? Should he go call the police? Now he doesn't know how to go and tell the in-laws, because what is he going to say? So long story short, after a whole week of him now having to wake up in the morning, dress the children up, drop them off at school, then get to work himself, come back home to no wife. The wife emerged. He came with this whole angry thing. How could you do that? Where did you go? Started shouting. She said, hey, my friend, please. When you go out with your friends and you go and hang out and do all the things that you do you hear me complaining? Do you hear me complaining? So me too, I have friends now. I also decide, if you can do it, I can also do it even better. I was tired of looking after these children. So me too, I went out. I'm now coming back. Now after doing that, and the wife teaching him a lesson, he now came and sat down with the wife. What exactly is the problem? Now, the wife has his attention. She said to him, I understand. We all have lives to live. We all have friends to keep. I'm not saying don't have friends because we're married. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm also a human being. You married me because you wanted us to spend a life together. During the week, we're all busy with the hustle and bustle of life. I expect that at least I also deserve to have a husband that is helping me with the children so that we can have family time together. Now she has his attention. When he went through it for the week, he realized he did not like what was happening, what he had to do. So now he has to learn the hard way how to appreciate what it is that the wife goes through every day to keep everything in check and to keep the home running. He learned his lesson after that. Now he has to realize that he's now a married man and all that bachelor living has to be curtailed. And that being married and being a married family man means that there's certain things that are expected of him as the man of the house. Sometimes we just have to know how to approach situations. Everything doesn't have to always be about fighting. Everything doesn't have to always be about arguing and raising up your blood pressure. I keep on telling you all the time that when you get to the middle ages of life, you realize that your peace is the most important thing in this life. You have to cherish it. You have to protect it. You have to do everything within your power to make sure that nothing tampers with that peace. If you're intending to be on the surface of this planet for any length of time and be in perfect health. So marriage is important. Yeah, relationships are nice. Yes, but it's hard work. And it takes the people that are dedicated to each other, committed to make it work, to have marriages that people will talk about. You can't come and kill yourself because your marriage is on rocks. You can't come and take your life because your spouse is not playing ball. Sometimes you know your partner best, and you know what kind of things get his attention, get her attention. The screaming, the shouting, the fighting. Some people even go the extra mile of using their hand. Those things don't work. You said it once. You said it twice. You sat down and had conversations about it. And the person is still adamant that they're going to continue to do what they want to do in the marriage. You need to teach them a lesson. That lesson doesn't have to be involved doing the things that they're doing. She could have also gotten out there and start sleeping around with people. No, that's not. Wrongs and another wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. She just taught him a lesson by driving 2 doors down the house to live in her best friend's house. Meals on demand, stretch out and sleep and enjoy herself and teach the husband a lesson. He didn't want his in-laws to know that things were going wrong in the house. So the only way to deal with this situation is to take charge himself. After doing it for 1 week, he didn't enjoy it that much. So when the wife finally emerged, after 9 days of leave, there he was on his knees, apologizing, begging, saying how he's going to reform things. He's going to change his attitude. He's going to be a better husband. He's not going to take her for granted anymore. Now, that is how to do it. But sometimes we just completely lose the plot. It's both men and women too. And start doing things that are counterproductive. And somebody would ask the question, well, what if it hadn't worked? Then maybe it wasn't going to work anyway. And in that case, you look at your situation and take the advice or take the route that's going to help you have peace. The fact that you're in a marriage that is unhappy doesn't mean that it means that you can't also be happy with your own life. If you adopt this attitude and approach to things, you find peace within yourself because you know that you gave it everything. It just simply was not meant to be. And there is that too. And you make your peace with that. I hope this video has helped somebody this morning. If it has, please do me the honors of sharing the video so that other people in your own circles can also hear some of the things that I've talked about today. It just might save a marriage. It just might save a sister or a brother that finds themselves in this kind of a situation. Like, comment. I want to hear what you have to say yourselves about what I've said. If you have any questions, if there are any topics that you want us to discuss here, please put them in the comment section. I read every single thing that you guys put there because you mean the world to me. One. And secondly, I'm here to serve you. You tell me what you want me to talk about and we'll talk about that. I love you all so much. Happy Monday. Have the most fantastic, blessed week ever. Everything that you touch, may it turn to prophetic gold in your hands. Like, may the heavens bless you for everything that you have done. And I want to say a big thank you to all of you. This page is growing day by day by day by day. I'm hoping and praying that you guys can help us get to a whole 100,000 followers by the end of this year. And I know that with every single one of you, we can make it happen. I love you so much. Happy Monday. God bless you. Take care. Bye.